What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Subnautica. Now, I know Subnautica is not on screen right now. That is okay. I figured that today is going to end up being a shorter episode because, as I'm sure you can hear, my smelly little brother is right behind me and he refuses to be quiet. So I'm recording despite the intrusion. So we are starting this episode off because it's going to be shorter with the songs of the day. And today is also St. Paddy's Day. So we're going to have a nice little treat at the end of the Songs of the Day session to mark the occasion. Number one, we are starting off with Donkey Riding by Great Big Sea. This is a Newfie band, which means they're from Newfoundland of Canada. A lot of Irish settlers there, which is why we're starting with them. It is a banger, and they are a fantastic band. The lead singer, Alan Doyle, has a voice like gravel. It is, you don't understand how impressive it is that this guy can sing the way he does and still maintain such a pitch as he does. But Donkey Riding, absolute banger. Hard not to vibe to it. Number two, we have Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Also, just a great vibe song, especially on a day like St. Paddy's when you're partying. Staying Alive, underrated partying song. That's number two. Number three, we have Down Under, the Luda remix, or however the name is pronounced. Straight banger. Nothing more needs to be said. Number four, we have Zombie by the Cranberries. A little bit of Irish representation here. Technically Great Big Sea counts, but they're not officially Irish. They're Newfie. Cranberries, though, they are Irish. And Zombie is quite the song. Not a banger in the same way that the rest of them are, but its own category of banger. And then number five, continuing with the St. Patrick's Day party vibes, we are rocking Gasolina by Daddy Yankee. Because again, as soon as this song comes in at the bar or at the club, hard not to just go buck freaking wild, right? So we ran through that list super quick. Now, what I have here is, I don't know if it's technically appropriate to call it what they call it in the show, but there is a Canadian show called Letterkenny. And in it, on their St. Patrick's Day special, they make a drink where they use a little bit of Guinness. So you got a small pint of Guinness, a little bit of Irish whiskey, and a little bit of Irish cream. Now, to avoid copyright, I'm not going to wedge their explanation into the... I'm not going to edit their explanation into the show, so I'm going to try and run through it with you guys here. But this doesn't bend down enough, so I'm going to have to drag the camera down. Anyways, what we have here is the pint of Guinness. That's the Irish cream. And that's the whiskey. You wedge them in there like the pin of a hand grenade, which that's the name of the drink. Pull the shot of whiskey out, do the shot. The Irish cream falls into the drink and mixes in. You have to chug the drink before it curdles, but it tastes fantastic if you do it properly. So that's what we're going to be doing real shortly, and then we'll get into the gameplay. So cheers, up the raw. Delicious. All right, I'm going to go rinse my cup, put the rest of the Guinness in here because I didn't manage to finish the can. And then we'll get on with the gameplay. Give me a sec. Oh, this is going to be a terrible Guinness. There isn't a single ounce of head on that. This is what happens when you try and finish a glass with no... That's awful. I don't even know if I want to drink that. I might just go get a new glass. I'll be right back. I won't lie, I actually still haven't really figured out how to get a good Guinness pour going out of these cans. It's really quite frustrating. Also, the cup I have just, like, it doesn't quite hold the full can, which is incredibly frustrating. I've now got, like, You can barely hear it. There's a tiny bit still at the bottom, which sucks too, because that's probably all good foam. So I almost have to let this sit and then see if there's room to add it. But by the time you do that, it's like, what's the point? So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, there we go. So I honestly haven't given much thought to what we're actually doing this episode. I don't even really remember what we last... Oh, that's what we last did. So we got the sea moth. Sorry, that's the Cyclops. Sea moth is in the Cyclops. I reckon the next priority, I guess, is really just to get the prawn suit. But what... Okay, that's... Let's start with that. What does the prawn suit need? This is how all good things start. So titanium ingot, that's easy. Sorry. Excuse me. Titanium ingot, power cell, glass. I'm gonna try and get this last little bit of foam in there. Oh, she's risky. We're nearly overflowing, but it'll do. Alright, so we got one of the two glasses we need. Thankfully, it's not reinforced glass either. That's a sea moth. I'm looking at the wrong damn thing. Okay, prawn suit. This is right. 2 diamonds, 2 lead. So diamond I think we have, lead I think we have. Enameled glass, thankfully my efforts in the last video mean we either have or have the means to make. Because I got all the stalker teeth I'm going to need. Plasteel ingots means just a bit more lithium and titanium. And the aerogel is really the... That's where most of the actual challenge comes from. So let's get a quick look at what I do have in here. Let's just make sure I'm kind of right that I have almost everything I need. So that's my titanium chest. It's enough for an ingot. Okay, plenty of diamonds, that's sorted. Lead, that's enough lead. And the stalker teeth. And I already have a piece of glass, so... That's good. Bit more titanium, that's handy. Let's move that over. And then I'm assuming, yeah, empty the rest of the way through. Okay, so aerogel, we're not there yet. Actually, here, let's bring most of this over. Because I know I'm going to be turning it into ingots. Actually, let me just verify first that it's, so, ingot and lithium. Enamel glass is glass and tooth, okay. So there's the enamel glass sorted. Or did I need 2 pieces? I needed 2 pieces. So I need 1 more piece of quartz, allows me to make another piece of glass, and I have the stalker tooth downstairs, so that's easy. Titanium ingot. I only need 2 more pieces. That's relatively easy to do.
So, should we restart?
And then we can turn that into... oh, I might be out of lithium. So, lithium and gel sacks and rubies. Lithium and rubies... No, where did I find the first ruby? I was going to say lithium and rubies you find in the jelly shroom caves, but diamonds you find in the jelly shroom caves. Rubies are somewhere else. Aerogel. Okay, so ruby and lithium. I think that means we want the like the sea treader's path actually would be ideal. Which essentially means that we want... Okay, there's the conning tower. I'm gonna start surfacing. So we can get a little view above sea level.
What do you think, Jeff? Should we start a new world?
I think I essentially... Actually, this direction, basically. I want to end up pretty much by the floating island. Now, the unfortunate thing is, this thing doesn't make it through the safe shallows all that easily, so I'm going to have to take a long way around. It may even be that this isn't the most efficient place or way to go. I don't know for sure. I've just hit something and I don't even know what. Conning tower, screw. This doesn't really help me with much.
Yo, should we do hardcore?
So, because I haven't really put my thoughts together yet. We're going to go to the Sea Treaders area, which is kind of right in the crux of, I believe, a blood kelp zone,
For the new
and
world.
the floating islands and the deep Grand Reef, which is all sort of in the vicinity of just underneath the big boy floating island, which is, I've lost the clouds. I think it's there,
What if
basically.
we just do one big base?
And also in that, if I keep going to the right a little bit, you end up in dunes. Most of that's the dunes, which is just Reaper Fest. So we want to avoid that if possible. And then also the floating islands, which if I'm not mistaken, there's there's crab squids for starters, but I think there's also a ghost leviathan.
Yeah, not slow things.
I could always ask the kid, because he just knows. He knows ball when it comes to Subnautica. What is that right there? That's like... Okay, hold on. We're not in anywhere dangerous, so I'm not gonna fully... I'm gonna pull power down so we don't have to worry about all that. I want to quickly go check out what this is, because this kind of looks like one of the funky plants you have to get later on, which I've never noticed before in this area. Until you actually have to do that. Oh, there's a tiger plant in there too, isn't that great? Eye stalk. Yeah, I feel like that is... Damn. I feel like I don't have my scanner handy. I'm gonna sign that. Well, there's some free titanium. I'm actually gonna scan this, and I might even take my knife to it,
If that's how you
get a sample, because I'm pretty sure that's one of the things you need later on. Okay, so let's make a bleach, so I can make some more water out of that. Plasteel ingot, because I got the lithium I need. And then we'll do the titanium ingot and the glass. We'll go grab the stock tooth. Like, we're getting most of this stuff done here except for the aerogel. It's pretty dope, actually. And I think that's taken up enough so that I can now afford to make the water. And have it.
Yeah, it's the overchill.
So that's my titanium chest. I can go in there. I suppose the titanium ingot should go in there as well, but meh. Meh. Stock teeth. Put the things away that I know I'm going to need in there. Let's put the eye stalk over here. That actually does fit. Same with the coral tubes. And then quickly make the enamel glass and we'll get back on our journey. It's a nice little stop off though. Make some progress that I didn't even mean to make. And now we get to listen to the engine start up again.
Powering up.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh. Interesting. Okay, can I position myself so that I have like really easy access from just the main door here? Because I see a torpedo prawn arm, so I already know I'm in like the right spot. We're gonna leave the engine running this time just in case there needs to be a quick escape. I don't suspect there will, but
Yeah, we should all just escape or escape.
do I have my, I don't have my laser thing.
Oxygen efficiency decreased. Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency.
Oh, I also don't have the rebreather on if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm still wearing the,
We have to keep it.
what's it called actually, because last time when I took it off it was the what's it called, is a terrible explanation.
Yeah.
The radiation suit, because last time I took it off it was still,
Josh.
oh, I just saw a little bit of ruby in there. So I think we're above blood kelp.
We only go live with the cave above the cave and stuff like that.
Have I already been in here? I think I must have been. No, I haven't. Otherwise I would have seen this.
New blueprint acquired.
There's just not a whole lot of value. Sealed door. Is that the same one that I could see from the surface? From the... That's a little bit. No, it's different. That was interesting. There's a fun little glitch there that it was gonna let me, so I can break into that. Alright, let's put the laser thing on. $69 oxygen, that should be enough to cut through this. Pop back in, grab some more oxygen, come back in and explore. I can sort it out.
I was hoping it'd be the old.
God damn this navigation. Alright, anything of important here. What do we got? Data box. Reinforced dive suit. Personally, I prefer the still suit. Although I very rarely ever actually make either of them in most of my playthroughs. So, is there anything in here I can grab? No. Okay, just this thing then. Neutral block to make up for the one I just ate. Okay, so reinforced dive suit, that's kind of nice. Wasn't the biggest priority. What was it letting me scan for a second there? I swear I just saw a fish in here for a second. Game's being a little bit glitchy on me. It tends to do that. Bit of free titanium. So, St. Patrick's Day, it's March 17th. If I'm not mistaken, it was just yesterday, or it might have even been earlier today,
30 seconds.
that there was news that the lawsuit that was happening between the developers of Subnautica 2 and Crafton, the company who, if I'm not mistaken, had essentially bought them out. The lawsuit found in favor of the developers, which is good news on multiple accounts. Biodiversity is unusually low. Parker, the biodiversity is unusually low in this region. Which region does that refer to? Is that the crag fields? Or the crash site? That's okay. That's kind of what I thought too. He said crag fields in case you all at home couldn't hear him. What is this region? Or where am I? Oh, the caves go down even farther. I don't know what I just heard, but so this is good. Wherever I am, gel sac and ruby, literally right next to each other. So there's one of the two aerogels I need. I may or may not already have the other one as well. I'm hearing a bunch of clicking. It weirds me out only because I have no idea why. Look at him. Little fella. Rock grub. No, come back, rock grub. Oh, I saw him. I remember when these fellas were first introduced in the game. It was quite the event. What am I hearing that makes those noises? Is that these frickin'... What are you? Shuttlebugs. Do they make all the clicking and the buzzing? I swear I'm hearing something else. Anyway, do I have a spot? Okay, so plasteel, enamel glass. What am I missing now? There's not much.
You'll just keep going without sticks.
Just keep on going down. Vehicles. Prawn.
What do you mean?
2 diamonds, I have. Plasteel, aerogel, enamel glass, I have. Lead, I have. Dude, I can already make my prawn suit. Okay, well, I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I thought there was going to be a little bit more to do here.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Alright, well, how on earth do I make the rest of this?
Ooh, here.
I guess I just keep exploring, but I feel like we can do better than that.
You can't split up. You can't split up.
What a lucrative investigation I've had here.
Did you hear the heartbeat?
Sacks. I don't have enough room for all the rubies I need, but... Or I have. Well, there you go. If I wanted to make a torpedo arm, aerogel is needed there. I'm sure it's the same thing if I wanted to do the torpedo upgrade for the sea moth, which I would do sooner than I would do the torpedo arm. I want to get all this good Cyclops stuff, but I don't know where it is. Yeah, this filtration system requires aerogel. Alien containment. That's the actually good... Excuse me. That's the actually good like fish tank. There is a regular aquarium. Yeah, that's the word. Jesus. Clearly, I haven't had enough Guinness. I can't think straight. Yeah, still doesn't taste all that good. I wrote the list down, but I keep a master doc of all the songs I've used for my songs of the day, so that I know. Woo! Small sample flask, exciting. Microscope. What's this one? Fire suppression system. Okay, handy. That's it though. That's the only thing that there was in here. Sample analyzer, microscope, small sample flask. Absolutely riveting discovery. 300 meters down. That's where bro landed? I left the engine running, so since I know the power is being used, I'm going to bring this over this way that I want to go. That way it's a relatively straight dive down to get to Mr. Keen's location. How do I... Oh, external lights is on the little side thing, isn't it?
Riley, where's our base?
I should have turned the power off there. Oh well. Hopefully this doesn't just drop me right into the ground. No. I placed that perfectly.
All systems online.
Alright, where does this lead?
We gotta reach.
Huh,
Maybe
no problem.
it wasn't a valid area.
Okay. That's nice. Let's go check this out first. Oh, it's lithium. I thought it was a thing. Oh, there's a PDA. It's voice log.
Integrating new PDA
Lithium, some more eye stock.
Here's our UF base.
Another PDA.
Signal location
This
uploaded
crew
to
log
PDA.
with the location of the
PDA.
island that I was planning on going to anyway.
Integrating new
So,
PDA data.
what are you? Another one of those eggs that I still don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Let's scan the gel sack because it's going to keep bothering me too if I don't. And if I haven't done it already, let's do the same thing for the... Never mind.
Yeah.
Pretty sure everything I could have gotten, I already got. What?
We can always just.
That was smooth. Camera. On the keel. Good.
Spawn?
I wasn't... Oh. The rendezvous point was literally directly above him.
What is the cave dweller doing to our.
Now, I do think there's a Reaper that kind of chills. Yeah, there's the island. I'm really curious now, though. I probably shouldn't poke the bear in case there actually is. And then Deep Grand Reef is essentially directly beneath the island. And that's that proposed gassy habitat is in the Deep Grand Reef. They go to 3 places. They go Jellyshroom Cave, then they go to the island. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's island, then Jellyshroom Cave, then Deep Grand Reef, but that seems kind of backwards. Anyways, there's the bulbs that denote Deep Grand Reef. The other issue too is I can't go far enough down before hitting crush depth to really find... Oh, this thing can go 500 meters, and I'm pretty sure... Oh, shit. Yeah, there he is. I knew there was a Ghost Leviathan nearby.
Are you guys?
Cool. Alright. Well, we're not going there. That's essentially all the information I really wanted to find.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the rendezvous point. That's down, not up. I'm really curious though, because I still was under the assumption that there was a Reaper around here. Maybe I just always got so terrified by... Like I will say, I think I addressed it in the other episode, but there are 2 kind of fears that people have to do with water. One of them is thalassophobia, which is essentially just a fear of deep water. And then there's also submechanophobia, which is the fear of man-made objects in water. But I feel like there must also be a third one where it's essentially the fear of big things in water. And this, if that is a thing, this will absolutely screw you up. So just picture being under that. Not a vibe. Right around here is the actual beach. It's like 2 paths.
I think he killed us
Yeah.
all and then despawned. Is this where our beds are gonna be?
Engine off.
Powering down.
74%, that's not bad. Let's listen to this message. Message from life.
Oh, okay. Nah, I'd say we can still do it.
Why do I have to record this anyway?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a bit.
Send
Signal
immediate
location
burial
uploaded
detail.
To PDA. Seek fluid intake
Yeah,
immediately.
it's fine.
So with these guys and their freaking fluid. Okay, the nice thing is I have a plant pot here, and there's something you can get on the island that essentially takes care of all of your food and water needs, because it's a regrows, and it regrows a lot. So I need only to pick one seed and bring it back, and I'll be sorted. Oh, come on, don't tell me this is the extent of the... Yeah, here's the pathway out. Also, there is a sprint button, I think. That's not the sprint button. What about you? Jaffa Cup. Oh, I could go for a Jaffa Cake right now. Tell you what, that would be nice right now. We got 45 minutes. I might end up actually doing a little bit more authentic editing on this one instead of keeping it raw, because I kind of had it in my head that I would keep this episode shorter as a St. Paddy's Day special. Saint fluid intake. That's all right. Cheers to that.
Splitting up so it
Um,
attacks me.
Ming plant. Not interested. Thank you. I think I'm just gonna have to rough it. I'm a little dehydrated, but that's okay. Never killed anybody. Just gonna go up here. This is the observation. So, don't really remember what you find up here other than PDA logs, obviously. Ah, disinfected water. Beautiful.
This is the first time I've seen sunlight in months. After all that time in the deep, I'd been dreaming of it. Now that I'm back here, I'm finding it hard to enjoy alone. Father was right. We should never have left this place. We shouldn't have gone so deep. They do not want us down there. Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. Visions are getting worse. Marguerite and Father are now part of the ecosystem of this incredible planet. It's reassuring to know that when I go, I'll join them. Until then, well, there's always the view.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Yeah, so that is... So you've sort of got 3 bases here. What was the last thing? It was telling me to scan something that I hadn't done yet. But, so storyline of the Degassi, I guess, is... Oh, I suppose I might as well scan this. So there's another observation base across the way. Also doesn't have much in it. I think it's just more voice logs. And then somewhere in between the two... Yeah, there it is. There's the big ground base. So, nothing else up here that I'm interested in. Nothing on the peak. Other than, I'm the king of the castle. Actually, that might be slightly taller. I don't know. We're almost as high up as the Aurora, though. Kind of dope when you think about it. Yeah, so I got the indoor grow bed. It's the outdoor grow bed, which I personally find more useful, actually. You already know. Chinese potatoes. That's kind of the alternative, or marble melons. I'm big on the lantern fruit because I can plant just one of those in that single thing I have and grow a ton more out of the single tree. Each of these you kind of have to plant like multiple to get multiple, so it's not as efficient, I find. What's in here? Stasis rifle. I already got that. I hear the little bastard tittering around. I want to deal with him before I have to deal with him. If you know what I mean. I'm gonna shoot a rock at this fella.
Okay, do you think the cave dwellers is more afraid of us than we are?
Let's drop the PDA. Get dealt with. Yeah. Paul Torgel is the dude that we just heard was Bart, his son. Another battery. Isn't that nice? And it's the other gas fuel stuff. Oh, how do I get in there? There we go. Ah, yes, purple tablet. Ah, yes, inventory full.
What is that thing?
I don't know. I found it outside in the sand.
Referring to the purple thing.
I've ever seen.
I'm gonna drop
Don't fool around with that. It might be worth
quartz.
Stand down, Chief. If it were gonna crumble
Having
to
one of
dust,
these
it would have
spares,
done
nice
so
and-
when I picked it up.
Now, I didn't take fall damage there. Bunch of bollocks, if you ask me. Okay, that goes down, so it do go down. So that leads me to believe that if I follow this path, this will eventually lead me up. Ready? Yeah, I don't know if there's really anything. Yeah, marble melon, Chinese potato, composite plant pot. Never mind the fact that I already got the fancy one.
New blueprint acquired.
Yo, what if
We're absolutely going to drain the battery on this thing.
Buster during the game, and then that's definitely.
And then technically, if you hadn't already gotten it from either of the other bases, obviously like the
Why are you saying?
Jesus. Obviously the observatories and the bulkheads and stuff like I got every other one. Those are all of value as well. I have already scanned all of those things though, however. So those offer me no value. So proposed a gassy habitat. Basically, they start off in the jelly shroom for whatever reason. Then they come up here because they've found solid land, and obviously that's easier to work with as a human. But then Margaret and Maida, the gassy crew is 3 people. It's Paul and Bart, so the dad and the son, who are farmers, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least one of them's a farmer, one of them's just a charterman. And then their hired help, Margaret Maida, who is the tough badass, because you always need a tough badass. And essentially she kind of compels them to go deeper, so they end up going down into the deep ground reef and making a base there, and then they get fucked by something or other. But, and then Bart comes back up and lives in one of the other of the 2 bases. And that's his journey. So,
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
let's fire this bad boy back up.
Engine powering up.
Oh shit, that's a reef back on the surface. Sir, you don't belong here. Also, this is a big boy. Fuck me. I feel like I've never seen a reef back quite this big before. Or maybe it's a perspective thing. Yeah, no, you actually kind of seem standard size. Can I get on to you anyway? Oh, I can try this again. I was saying... Yeah, look at this. I'm going to climb on the Cyclops. If the game will let me. I'm going to go from Cyclops onto the... Yeah! What can I scan? Oh. That's not a red wart. That's a reefback leviathan. But, alright. Oh, fucking tiger plants, man. Yeah, it's a little bit not great. A little bit glitchy when you're on top of one of them. Also, he's pushed my thing under the water, so he is bumping it. wonder if it's taking any damage. No, it's okay.
That's a scare away. That's a terrible.
Either way, we'll quit messing with the wildlife. I should double check. I should pull up the map actually.
Oh, is it that?
Subnautica map. Is the one thing I will say. I kind of appreciate how they almost force you.
He made it.
It's one of those things. I don't even know if it was an oversight or if it is kind of part of the planning of this game, but they do force you to actually kind of navigate slightly more traditionally by not giving you any actual map in the game. Like having to use your landmarks and whatnot to figure out where you are. I can appreciate that, but it is extremely inconvenient. Like, it'd be nice if what they did is after you beat the game for the first time. Like, I know there's other games that do this, so you can. It would be nice if they made it so once you beat the game for the first time without the map, it gives you the option to, like, you permanently have unlocked in all other playthroughs the mini-map. Because what I find is, even just for trying to memorize the map, it can be very difficult to... Like, I always end up having to check this anyway. Because I can't identify all the landmarks. It's not a very... The biomes aren't very clear-cut, in my opinion. But, so, Sparse Reef, Grand Reef. Let me zoom in on this. View, open engine, new tab. Where is the island? Like, that's, I can't even... I'm looking at this thing, and I can barely even tell where the regular island was. So there's the crag field. That's... Grassy plateaus. I was in the bigger grassy plateaus, though. Sparse Reef, that's what it is. Which makes sense, given the explanation that the PDA gave me. Very little biodiversity means it's sparse. Yeah, I guess it does. Okay, so I was in the Sparse Reef, kind of just towing the edge of the... Oh, I'm gonna hit fucking Shallowland. I didn't take the wide berths that I did the first time, because I'm an idiot. Yeah, okay, home free. I should keep this view on, that way when it loads in I can see my... I don't know what the heck Parker's freaking out about. I'm sure that just got picked up by the microphone, though. So if there's my base... Yeah, there it is. This tiny little speck. You can barely see, but it's there. That's the mobile vehicle bay
Seek fluid intake.
creator. I wish I could turn my lights off from here, but... Yeah, reefbacks don't respond. That's a myth. Mobile vehicle bay, keel. Let's just go down. It do go down. What had I done? I'd kind of parked it so it was horizontal so I could essentially move my seamoth and my prawn near interchangeably. So I successfully got the only arm for the prawn suit that I do not care about, which is lovely. Oh, no, hold on. Let's turn this off. We gotta save power. Next step, actually... you know what? Let's look into that. That's a good shout. Let's see what a power cell charger costs, because that... 2 rubies, the advanced wiring kit, and 2 titanium. What's in an advanced wiring kit again? That's like, you need wiring kit and copper wire and a computer chip, actually, isn't it? No. Wiring kit, gold, and then a computer chip, the computer chip of which requires gold. Copper. Holy crap, dude, my brain is not working. Alright, we're going to plant that. Tree will start growing sooner than later, and I'll have renewable food. In the meantime, I need to sort out... I have table coral. Table coral isn't what I need. I have tube coral. Tube coral, of which is what I need. Somewhere it's in here. Swear to God. There it is. I need some salt. Go do that. Make some bleach. Drink the bleach.
Yeah, I don't really...
Counter, are you gonna fit?
Shit. Yeah, you... We have 6.
Perfect. Oh, really? Where?
Okay, correct.
Brutal. I still don't really understand what's causing these things to break.
Draining systems initiated.
Like, I'm not
No,
overdoing the structural integrity, am I? Do you really need me to put, like, I can take this thing down, put a reinforcement there, but that's gonna take more. It's gonna take more titanium, and then it's gonna take lithium as well. Fuck me, 3 titanium too. Jesus. Reinforcement,
Josh.
which I'm still not even positive that I need or not. So this is gonna be really frustrating if I don't. Total strength 9. I swear, if I get any more leaks in this freaking base, I am going to lose my mind. There we are. 3 lead.
We're gonna
2 plasteel, 2 enamel glass, 2 aerogel. Oh, don't do this to me. How did I over...
Is one of the
Wait, no, it's not lubricant. What's the last thing I needed?
Josh? How did Josh?
Lead, plasteel, enamel glass, aerogel, diamond. Okay. I was fully ready
We.
to lose it.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna ruby. Put another ruby in there, I guess.
Yes.
Jesus, I'm being blinded, man. There it is. I was gonna say, how on earth am I supposed to see this thing? Well, so that is not pointed the correct way. It'll do, but that's not the correct way.
I have it.
They must have gotten bumped at some point by something. But by what? I don't know. Alright. No, don't leave me.
Passing
Welcome
100
aboard,
meters.
Captain.
Oh, yeah.
Efficiency
I
decreased.
have it.
Again, actually, so R1 is the jump. Alright. That's it. You piss me off too long. You're getting murked here, pal.
Okay, arrows do nothing. Arrows do
I'm
nothing.
gonna go box this shit out of a sand shark.
Oh, no. Oh, wait.
Was that it? I only took 2. Dude, hell yeah. Alright, well that sorts out one of the big issues I've had with my base. Where, here. This guy. This is the next one.
Hey, look.
Can I do anything about you?
No, it looked like you.
Haha! Delete us. Actually, no, I forcibly removed him. Here he is. Gone. Yeah, I don't have literally any of the upgrades for this thing that I want. Because you kind of want... You want jump shed upgrade, you want drill arm, and you want... debatably, it's kind of your choice, but you want grapple arm as well. I've got none of them. So, until I get any of that stuff... It's really... Like, having this thing is really not that big a deal. It doesn't offer you anything. I don't do that. Don't. How am I... There we go. So what else is in here? Cave sulfur, lubricant. Oh, I did have an aerogel. See, I knew I had to have it somewhere. Okay, then. So we have a prawn suit. We have a cyclops. We have the sea moth. We are essentially nearly as kitted as you can get. So next episode will be going to find drill arm, grapple arm, kind of any of the other stuff that I maybe working on some of the depth upgrades and stuff like that. It'll kind of be a housekeeping of sorts. It'll be fun because we're going to visit some of the cool areas of the map, but it won't be... Maybe in the midst of doing that, I'll make another one of my bases because I'm going to need to do that eventually. Well, I say going to need to. That's not entirely true. I'm sort of choosing to make a base other than just this one and the Lost River because I rarely do that, and I find it'd be more interesting to do that. So I'm kind of thinking maybe a base in the Mushroom Forest near the Blood Kelp Zone, Underwater Islands, and Dunes. It's that kind of northwestern Mushroom Forest. Or something like that. Like, just go somewhere that's at least a little bit more interesting. See, the one thing, I don't want to cheat to the point that I search up like where I need to go to get certain upgrades. I would kind of like to force myself to explore the map in a way I don't tend to do, in order to get things like the drill arms and stuff. I'll ask Parker from time to time, but if he doesn't know, I'm not going to bother to find out. Between his and my almost autistic ability to memorize random bullshit that we have no need to memorize. If we can't figure out what it is that we're looking for, we just don't deserve to have that knowledge. We have to get it ourselves. So,
Passing 100
yeah.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Anyway, I hope you all had a good St. Paddy's. I obviously don't expect that any of you will be watching this either tonight or for most of tomorrow morning. Assuming this even gets uploaded tonight, which it probably will, actually. I really don't have anything else going on. I do need to get up early tomorrow, but if I can crack this out in half an hour to an hour, which I probably can, wouldn't be completely unreasonable to get this uploaded by 11 p.m. Maybe it'll be a tomorrow morning upload out. But anyway, here I'll port back to webcam for this sign off. Thank you all so very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I will try and cut this down. I don't know how I'm going to shave almost half an hour worth of content out of that, because even when I was doing my more fast-paced cutting, I was never really able to take that much time out of my recordings. It's what I recorded is what you guys would get minus about 10 minutes or so. So I'm going to have to really cut some juice out of this one. It's almost going to be more edited than anything I've done in the past. But anyway, feel free to drop a like. Let me know in the comments what your favorite drink to order on what your favorite drink is on St. Paddy's. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
But a good time only fades if we let it. If you wanted me to stay, then you probably should have said it. I was caught up, grown up and forgetting. Spot you at a party in the middle of the winter. Bobbing through the clouds and rolling up a spliffy from a little beach town to pulling up in the city. Gotta get away, I gotta roll. Easy to say, but hard to let go.